What is going on, my patriots? How y'all guys doing? Welcome to another edition of, you guessed it, Joel Davis Media Network. I'm your host, Joel Davis. Ow! If it's your first time tuning in to the broadcast, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell up top. Please like and share. Please like and share. With that being said, guys, let's jump into this. I am so sorry I was delayed. Guys, I tried to be on time, but I had family come by and see my son in a minute. And then after that, life happens. You got kids needing this and that. So, it gets weird. It gets crazy. But I am here. I am here. That's what all that matters, man. I'm here. And I am glad for everyone who has decided to join me tonight because we got a jam-packed show. We're going to break down the Trump Agenda 47. This is something that a lot of our conservative streamers are not really breaking down, and I think that we need to break it down so people can get an idea of what's to come with Agenda 47. And I'm also going to talk about a few things that's been going around the nation crime-wise that nobody has been talking about. So with that being said, I want everyone to do me a favor, please, tonight. Hit the like button. Also, too, if you cannot, for some odd reason, hit the like button, can you please at least share what's going on? Share. And with that being said, that's all what I need you guys to do. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead on here and take it from there. So let me do one more thing here. Set up everything that I need to set up for today. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead on and jump into these stories. So let's jump into the agenda. That is what everybody's waiting for. That's what we're going to do. Now, with the Trump Agenda 47, I am not going to play him talking on the statements. I'm just going to tell you what it means and give you my commentary, how I feel. At the same time, if you want to look further into it, I will put the links in the descriptions below. All right. So with that being stated, and I want to say a shout out on Instagram, Sharbear21 joined, X6, Big Rob C79. I appreciate you as well. Let's jump into what we got going on here. So let's see here. I'm gonna go and try to share all this stuff on streaming. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to hurry up, man. right, we're gonna go ahead on and put that there, and hopefully we get more people in the door, and we're gonna just rock on here and begin the festivities. So let me go and rock on over to YouTube. Let's jump into it. All right, guys. So first things first, we are now heading to the website of DonaldJTrump.com. Now, you guys know that currently, right now, Donald J. Trump is running for president for a second term. Um, if you want to say in, how can I put this, hindsight terms, but in logical terms, it's really three. But you know what? I digress. But anyway, first things first, on this platform tonight, we are going to talk about what Donald J. Trump is trying to promote. He is trying to push the agenda because a lot of people are not uh, knowing this current agenda. They are currently going by what they think it's going to be. But we're going to break down and tell you what it is going to be, how we're going to make it happen, and what to look out for. So, without further ado, let's jump into what Trump wants to do the first time he heads into office. So, first thing that Trump has said is he wants to declare war on the cartels. Now, this was all uh, constructed around about the 22nd of December when he first started talking about he was campaigning. All right, now this is what Trump stated. He said, as Joe Biden prepares to make his first ever trip to the southern border that he deliberately erased, President Trump announced that when he is president again, it will be the official policy of the United States to take down the drug cartels, just as we took down ISIS. The drug cartels are waging war on America, and it's now time for America to wage war on the cartels. President Trump said the drug cartels and their allies in the Biden administration have the blood of countless millions of their on their hands. Millions and millions of families and people are being destroyed. When I am back in the White House, the drug kingpins and vicious traffickers will never sleep soundly again. Now, this is his plan to action to destroy the drug cartels. First things first, restore all Trump border policies and fully secure the border. Let's get a hand clap on that, guys. I'm definitely with that. We definitely need that. Uh, what else he has stated? He also has stated the next thing is deploy all necessary military assets, including the U.S. Navy, to impose a full naval embargo on the cartels to ensure they cannot use our region's waters to traffic illicit drugs to the U.S. Order the Department of Defense to make appropriate use of special forces, cyber warfare, and other covert and other actions to inflict maximum damage on the cartel leadership, infrastructures, and operations. Designate the major drug cartels as foreign terrorist organizations. cut off the cartel's access to the global financial system, get full cooperation of neighboring governments to dismantle the cartels, or else fully expose the bribes and corruptions that protect these criminal networks. Asks Congress to ensure drug smugglers and traffickers can receive the death penalty. Now that, let's get a round of applause and get a cheer for that. I agree. We need to do that. We need to do that. I am 110% on board with this. We need to have these type of capital punishments when it comes to harming America. And let me tell you why. The drug cartels have caused so much chaos with this drug called fentanyl. Fentanyl is being cut in everything. You find it in heroin. You're finding it in what's that other drug they call it? Jesus, we talked about the other day. Meth. I mean, it's being cut even in crack cocaine in some instances. It's in everything, and at least on lacing it in marijuana. So this fentanyl is a disaster, and it is so strong that you have had police officers almost lose their lives because of this. They have to wear special double gloves and breathing apparatus when they get in contact with this stuff. So I agree with the president. This is just as lethal as you taking out somebody. Now he do have something also to add with this. Joe Biden took office, and an estimated 200,000 plus Americans have died from drug overdoses. Hundreds of thousands of pounds of ultra lethal fentanyl, heroin, meth, cocaine, and other illicit narcotics are pouring out across our wide open border and into American communities. Federal officials estimate that they only seized up to 10% of these drugs. Enough fentanyl was seized at the border last year to kill every single American. I want you to let that sink in. They're only catching 10% of the drugs that is coming into the US. That is a lot of drugs, guys. It's a lot of drugs. That's not no baby amount of drugs. That's a lot of drugs. Um, if you want to know the American population right now, the estimate for 2024, we're talking about 342 million. 342 million. That is a lot of people that can get killed by this substance. So why wouldn't Congress or these so-called rhinos and liberals not want this off the street? This is a nightmare. It's killing everything. But we'll get to that shortly in a minute why they don't want to. Because there's always a method to these people's madness. All right. Let's go in and continue. Biden inherited the strongest border in the U.S. history, and he turned into the greatest border disaster in the history of the world. Now, he did stop the wall construction. He gutted the remain in Mexico. He ripped up the Asylum Corporation agreement, imposed catch and release along the entire southern border, slandered and attacked border agents, announced the cancellation of Title 42, and effectively abolished abolished interior enforcement. Okay, let's talk about it, about that part, what he's saying. Because a lot of people's like, well, what is this asylum cooperation agreements? All right, so the asylum cooperation agreements, one of them or most of them was attached to that you was to come to the US, you was supposed to file this paperwork saying that you wanted um, what they call asylum, to be able to be a citizen of the US because your country was either too messed up or unsafe for you and your family. Now, there was a catch to this. You had to have your butt staying in your country after you fill that paperwork out until we call you ourselves and say, all right, we're going to send you the necessary flight or whatever. You come to the big party of the US of A and start hustling and getting what you need. Well, unfortunately, when Biden took over, he was advised by his Wokian progressive clique that is discriminatory. That's discriminatory. That is racist. You know they love saying that R word. They throw that thing around like it's candy. We have to do something. These people are dreamers. And what did he do to these so-called dreamers? They got these buildings and stuff that was very nice and newly composed and things of that nature, and just started shipping them in there from the border, sending them all the way to New York and these other sanctuary cities, promising these people a better life. And some of these people that are in these facilities are in danger because their pimp or their handler or whatever they're attached to in the human trafficking uh, business is letting them know every day, if you make a sound or you act the fool, I'm gonna come after your family dog, whatever. So again, let this sink in because we're not finished. We're just getting started on this. Now let's talk about another thing. The cartels and human smugglers illegal profits has went up to 2,500%, and they went and netted 13 billion this year. So think about how much that is. 2,500%. I want you to think about this for a minute. You in a billion. And you now have a way to get what you need to get across the border without any type of resistance, really, because the personnel is short. You know that. You know the border is wide open. So, yes, the money is going to double. In fact, in this case, it probably quadrupled times 10 because 2,500% is a lot of percentage of increase. Then let's talk about this. Now Americans are now being knocked off by fentanyl by 94% since 2019. And it's been the leading cause of tragic overdoses for young people between 18 and 45. And we have seen, and if you don't believe me, there's a docu series on YouTube you can follow. Man, I might just put that link as well in the in my address and my bio and stuff. where there is a guy who talks about all the families that has experienced. His whole channel is dedicated to that. Young people, young girls, young guys, older, young, middle-aged women, middle-aged men, whose lives has been taken away from substance abuse, being laced or they used in conjunction with fentanyl. So this is a very serious epidemic. Now it's not only hurting our people, they're hurting America, it's hurting our people too. It's hurting the people in Mexico too. Because right now they're getting a lot of torture. It's double. Okay. Then you got criminals has gotten even more bolder and rowdier against the Mexican police and other authorities and federales in their country, up to 756% of 2022. Right now, you got over 100,000 civilians either missing or deleted at the hands of the cartel, and that is with an average of 25 Mexican citizens disappearing every day. That's a lot. Think about that. They probably reported in their news a lot, but think about being in that country where 25 people nationally disappear every day. What's going on, Sergeant Mode, man? I mean, this right here is crazy. Now, here's what else that is also that is also tragic. Now, cartels still, which they've been doing that for years, bribing officials at their level of government over there in Mexico. You know that they always delete journalists or any public servants, any political candidates that's going to threaten their business. And then with Biden having the border wide open like this, you got young women and children that already are having a hard time in the environment they in, is getting tricked and suckered into, girl, come on and pay this guy, this mule, or whoever, and come to the US. So it's real. It gets real when you dealing with that type of stuff. Man, God bless you, Sergeant Mode. Appreciate you. God bless the families. And then you got arrest for human smuggling has increased by 82% since 2014, and an estimated 60% of unoccupied Latin American children who attempt to cross the border are then captured by the cartels, and then they are either introduced in violation of children, or they are selected into the drug trafficking game. So it's sad, man. It really is. So that's the first thing that Trump is talking about. He wants to declare war on the cartels. Now, the next following piece of information that we're going to talk about: veteran homeless in America. Now, I'm not going to spend too much time on this. I'm just gonna break it down to y'all. We have had a real serious problem with our veterans getting a decent home. And it's been like that now for a long time, especially under the liberal establishment. People try to say that liberals are patriotic and they care about veterans, but they really don't. They really don't. The only thing they care about with veterans is basically uh, do a show up or event every once in a blue moon. When this time of the year and get some major political figure, military political figure, to donate to some of their major Democratic campaigns, and that's it. And it's sad but true. So on day one, there will be an executive order signed by Donald J. Trump that will cut off Joe Biden's massive spigot of funding for shelter and transport of illegal aliens and direct a portion of those savings, a very large portion, he may add, to provide shelter and treatment for homeless American veterans. I will make it a personal mission to totally eradicate veterans homelessness in America by the end of next term. You will see a big difference, just like you did at the VA, just like you did with frankly everything we touched. And that is true because I'm a veteran myself, and because of Trump policies that he came out with, I was able to get the proper help that I needed, especially for my mental health. So shout out to Donald J. Trump for focusing on veterans because veterans are important. They are our future. And if people don't understand that, something is wrong with them. Like, you literally something's wrong because our veterans is who we are. They the one that lay their life down on the line for us. They are the ones that, hold on, y'all. Hold on. I had to refresh that. Sorry about that. But anyway, that's just how I feel. I mean, we got to look at the big picture here when it comes to our veterans. Now we're going to move right along to the next agenda that Trump is talking about. Trump is talking about no welfare for illegal aliens. Now, guys, I'm gonna touch on this briefly, and then I'm going to finish up my thought on that too, right quick. Now, this is what he says. Under this horrendous abuse of power, millions of illegals will be eligible for billions and billions of dollars in welfare benefits, courtesy of you, the American taxpayer. So not only is Crooked Joe surrendering your border and your sovereignty, he is stealing your hard-earned money to redistribute to the people who have no business being in our country. They should be in their country. This is not sustainable by anybody, certainly not sustainable by us. He also talking about Biden giving illegal aliens work permits to take jobs away from American citizens, which is true. Then he talks about the United States is trillions of dollars in debt, yet the radical left Democrats are illegally dispensing public benefits to illegals while they try to massively raise your taxes. The radical left communists hate you and they hate our middle class. Under Biden scheme, the benefits that will go to illegal aliens includes food stamps, free health care, welfare checks, and a host of other programs the likes of which you would not even believe. He said that if he gets back into power, which that's why we got to vote, guys, he's going to reinstate his action of making illegal ineligible for public housing. He's going to terminate all work permits for illegal aliens. And he's going to demand that Congress send me a bill blocking any future president from abusing his power to distribute welfare benefits in this manner. It's all being paid for by the American taxpayer. Now, I'm going to stop right here. And let me tell you why this is wrong. I know somebody's going to be like, oh my God, that is so messed up. They didn't ask to be here. Listen, guys, the problem is that we having people coming into our country that are here to get all the free stuff that they can get. I mean, I'm just being honest. You got people literally coming and showing up and saying, I'm here to get the free stuff. They're not here to better themselves. They're not here to go out here and hit a home run and be a success story. This is not your mom and pops back in the day. It's just not. So, with that being said, this needs to happen because there are a lot of people that going through worse stuff than these people in our country. We have a lot of people that really need assistance. And how can we give them assistance when we live in a world where everybody is pretty much every man for themselves that are not a part of this country and making it better? It's just not right. And it's time now that we buckle down and we get results. And to get those results, we have to hold these people that are abusing us, the American people that's supposed to be watching out for us, accountable. We cannot go out here and act like that this is okay anymore. We just can't. It just ain't gonna work. And that's just what it is. Whether anybody likes it or not, the truth will set us all free. And that's the truth. No ifs and buts about it. We'll move on to the next topic here, guys. What's going on, Hunter, man? Appreciate you for stopping by, my friend. The next one, the American Academy. Now, shout out to my boy, Black Conservative Perspective. He talked about this. This academy is designed for the American people to actually enjoy an education where we do not have to worry about woke politics or woke type of education. Because at the end of the day, all this, victimhood, I gotta have this, I gotta have that. does not have nothing to do with education. It does not have nothing to do for you to be a productive citizen of the United States. It's like a jilted lover living in the past. If you say that we have moved forward and we have used our past as an anchor to rise above all the things that we've been through, then that's what we should have done and continue to do so. What makes me so upset is everybody acts like um, being in America as a black American in today's society is so horrible. Okay. But you got a lot of people coming here that is trying to be a part of this party. So make it make sense to me. If this is such a bad place, then why are so many people trying to get here? Why is so many people trying to get here? I mean, I rest my case. I mean, kids lie, people lie, but right here, numbers don't lie. It doesn't. Numbers don't lie. That's why we got 7 million people in this country illegally right now from this year alone, from 2023 alone. So let's talk about the American Academy. Uh, yeah, hold on for 1 second. So anyway, in the recent uh okay, in the agenda that he's trying to create this American Academy, he talks about the colleges, especially the Ivy League colleges like Harvard, and other places where institutes were supposed to consider to focus on education, but everybody's trying to focus on the past and create all this guilt for white Americans for something that they don't have nothing to do with of today. And even if their ancestors had something to do with it, it's still crazy. But anyway, as I was saying before, this academy is going to be basically uh, going to be an academy for you to better yourself. It is available to every American free of charge, and you can do it without adding a single dime to the federal debt. Now, this institution will gather an entire universe of the highest quality education content covering the full spectrum of human knowledge and skills and make that material available to every American citizen online for free. So listen, guys, it gets even better. It will compete with the existing and very costly four-year university system by granting students degree credentials that the U.S. government and all federal contractors will henceforth recognize. The academy will award the full and complete uh, equivalent of bachelor degree. Now, let me tell y'all something about Trump. Trump can pull this off because back in the day, before there were any type of online schooling from universities. Trump used to have this thing called Trump University, where you would go online on your computer and you would learn how to navigate into business, how to know how to deal in foreign exports and foreign imports, how to save money, how to balance your books. He had all of that on that website. He was like one of the first pioneers to do it. Now, even though there was some BS about the website in the end, legal troubles, which with anything you do these days, back then it was definitely a little legal trouble. But besides that, the concept he had was pure genius. So I think he could really pull this off. Nothing like having some people teach other people that want to know about America, not teach people that wants to just be at college to raise havoc and to cause more confusion. So we're gonna go ahead on here and slide past that one. All right. Now let's see what we're gonna talk about on this one. Now he has a message to America's auto workers. I'm not gonna really spend too much time on that agenda. He's just basically talking about uh, they get ripped off by Joe. He imposed this outlandish requirement that 67% of all new vehicles must be electric in less than 10 years. That means Michigan and places that makes cars, you can forget about it. You better get your union working because you can't forget about those cars are all going to be made in China. Now, I know a lot of people gonna say, but yeah, but we can get plants here. Well, a lot of those parts that you need on those EVs do come from China. So going to China is going to be a straight nightmare. Uh, yeah. So he had every right to say that, yeah, this ain't gonna work. This is not the move. Sorry. This is crazy. And you want this done in less than 10 years. And not to mention, it'll put so much pressure on our electrical grid because our grids are not even upgraded yet. I mean, to upgrade our grids, we got to go back to doing coal for electricity, aka fossil fuels and stuff. And we're not even doing that hardly anymore because of this crazy administration talking about the environment. I've said it before and I said it again. We only make up 3% of all of the recycling and good positive atmosphere that we're supposed to put out to repair for the world. China and Russia is predominantly the most highest ones in the 30s percentile and 40 percentile. So with those countries of those sizes have all of that chemicals and stuff going in the air, they're the only one that can make the bigger difference for the planet if you want to be technical about it. But are they going to do that? Hell no. That's their bottom line. That's their money maker. So at the end of the day, this whole let's go green and clean is a waste of time because a lot of these countries that they want to be involved in being clean is not going to be on board with it because they're going to lose more than they are going to make. And people don't like that. Nobody likes to lose money. That's just what it is. So anyway, let's see what else we're going to see, what he's going to do. Hmm. So anyway, I'm trying to find what his first move going to be. All right, so basically, he's just saying that he's going to end Joe Biden's catastrophe electric vehicle mandate. And by the way, if you want an electric car, you're going to get it, but you're going to be able to get all of the other types of cars and vehicles that you want. So that's what he's saying. He's like, listen, it's like a dictatorship. We're not going to be pinned down to one type of car. Everybody should be able to get any car they want. I had to read that part to make sure I was telling y'all right. Now, here's the problem with the car thing, right? Electric cars are expensive. I don't know if anybody has looked at electric cars lately, but Priuses, oh my god, like, all right, let me see what's an EV car right now. The Dodge Charger 2024 EV price. Okay. I want y'all to listen to this. The Dodge Charger Daytona EV. This is going to be the electric car that's supposed to be all fast and everything else in 2024. Are around $50,000 to $60,000 depending on the trim. I want you to add 10 grand to options on each of those ends. We're talking about 60 to 70 grand. The 2024 RT is likely to cost closer to 60,000. Add 10,000 on that with options. You're talking about 70K. And the 2024 Scat Pack is going to be closer to 70,000. I want you to put 15 grand of options onto the Scat Pack. You're looking at probably about 85 to 95 grand. Now, the 2024 Charger Daytona is an EV muscle car with up to 670 horsepower. And they're going to sell it this fall. Why are they waiting so long to sell it? Because they feel like in their mind, if they hit that in the fall, that's going to get more people geared up to say, okay, well, electric car ain't that bad. But electric car is almost half of your average price of houses right now, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a lot of money. That is a lot of money, bro. Okay, nobody's running around here that can afford a $70,000 car. In fact, let's look at some estimates right quick with taxes and stuff put in. Hold on, I want to give y'all the right average payment on something like that. All right, I'm gonna have to get a calculator, auto loan calculator, and do it that way. So we're gonna go with a $75,000 vehicle. My interest rate right now, like I said, I'm a 655, so my interest rate, the bank's gonna be sweet to me, and they're gonna give me probably I'm gonna say the interest rate gonna be like a 5.5%. Okay, so 5.5%, and I'm gonna do the standard 72 months like everybody else does. I ain't got no trade in. My sales tax My registration, I think, is in most states. I'm gonna think in this state here is like 250, something like that. I'm gonna say 150 or something. I gotta do that. Guess what my payment is going to be with the taxes? Oh, my tax amount is 7.5%. Sorry, it's Georgia, 7.5%. Sorry. Yeah. My estimated monthly payment with no money down out of my and I gotta put no money down because I got good credit. And I don't want to put no money down. Guess what my payment's gonna be, guys? $1,319. That's what you looking at for that type of damn car with no money down, no trade in, and you got a 5.5% interest rate, and you got it stretched out to 72 months. Well, let's say you go 75, because some of these places say 75. Okay, that's still a $1,200 payment a month. Bro, that's a house note. Like, that's a house note payment. Damn near. I wouldn't even say a house note. Down south, that's like your average rent payment. So you got two rent payments, a house and a car, bro. Ain't nobody running around here gonna try to sign up for that, bro. Is nobody signing up for no $1,200 a month rent payment, car payment? Nobody is. Name me one person that is ready to go with that type of payment. I know a lot of people that's not. That's a lot of money, bro. That's a lot of money. That's why I say I don't see this EV game going far. I really don't. I know a lot of people don't want to hear that, but it's facts. All you green folks, unless your behind got 130,000 plus job a year, you is not running around here going to step up on no big boy payment on no $1,200 a month car. It just ain't happening. All right, let's go and see what else we got. Man, that's a lot. Let's see what else we got. President Trump pledged to homeschool families. This is my favorite here. Okay. He said, as president, it's his honor to support American homeschool families and to protect the God-given right of every parent to be steward of their child's education. President Trump pledged to allow homeschool parents to use 529 education savings accounts to spend up to $10,000 a year per child, completely tax-free, to spend on costs associated with homeschool education. President Trump will also work to ensure that every homeschool family is entitled to full access to the benefits available to non-homeschool students, including participating in athletic programs, clubs, after-school activities, educational trips, and more. I support that because people don't understand that right now homeschooling has went up because parents are not comfortable with their children being in these schools, especially if you in one of these woke blue states where you're talking about making your, I think there was one I was looking at, they made this little girl that was like 12 or 13 years old use the D word and the P word like she was on the street corner in front of everybody in the class. She felt very awkward about it and told her parent about it. But that's where we at because these educators out here are trying to convert our children. That's why if you got a father in the home, we need to step up and make sure fathers in the homes are appreciated. They are protected at all costs because right now our children are falling by the wayside. Yeah, right, Hunter. Eventually. But I'm just saying right now, ain't nobody running out checking for no electric vehicle for the price. Yeah, it just ain't happening. All right, going to the next agenda. President Trump 10 principles for great schools leading to great jobs. All right. He has 10 principles. And this is what he said. Rather than indoctrinating our children, we appreciate with appropriate racial, sexual, and political material, which is what we're doing now. Our schools must be totally refocused to prepare our children to succeed in the world of work. He wants to restore parental rights. President Trump will turn back the tide of the left-wing indoctrination and once again respect the fundamental rights of parents to control the education, healthcare, and moral formation of their children. And I agree with that. Now, he said they deserve the right to know what their children are being taught. Okay. They should be able to be openly communicate any of their concerns with teachers and principals to protect the privacy of their children. He also made aware that changing academic standards to be updated on any acts of violence occurring at school to inspect professional development materials to be notified before an out of school guest speaks in class at a school event to review the budget and spending of their children's school to know a school employee is working to address bully or mental health concerns, including drug use or weapon use. Not only that, he also says that he will declare any hospital or healthcare provider that participates in the chemical or physical mutilation of minor youth will no longer meet federal health and safety standards for Medicaid and Medicare. I'm with that. President Trump will also inform states and school districts that if any teacher or school official suggests to a child that they could be trapped in the wrong body, they will be faced with severe consequences, including potential civil rights violations for intimacy discrimination and the elimination of federal funding. See, that's what these woke teachers are mad about. And I want to talk about that right quick, especially in California and Seattle and uh, Portland, Oregon, because these are places that are well known for making children be, I would say, their crash and test dummies. Because now, with that being stated, they're going to have to include these parents. They're going to have to respect these parent wishes. Because let me tell you something, there's a lot of religions out there where parents do not believe in their children being in that type of environment or being exposed like that. And I think it's disgusting that we still got people that don't want to respect a parent's wishes because they want to be on their own program. So yes, we got to get families back, these moms and strong families, the parental rights. Now let's see here. He's gonna promote positive education about the nuclear family. Oh my God, y'all! Let's do. Let's get a round of applause, guys. I had to do it again, guys. That listen, guys, y'all don't understand. Um, the nuclear family is important. We are living in a society where the nuclear family right now is considered to be the last thing on anybody's mind. We have went out here and promoted this bullshit and this dream to a lot of these women, modern women, that they can do everything by themselves. And it's sad. It really is. Really is. Whew. But anyway, yes, I'm glad. I'm glad he's bringing that education because we need it right now. We need kids to understand that the nuclear family, mom and dad roles are important. Okay, and let me tell y'all something too. A lot of y'all women out here, if your dream is to be a stay-at-home mom and take care of 4 and 5 kids, if that's your dream with one husband, then live your dream. Nothing's wrong with that. Don't let some woke, loose behind woman or some disturbed man tell you you is sick. Don't do this. That is stupid. You're making yourself be controlled. No, it's not. Because if that's the case about this cold control stuff, then whew, yeah, I'm just so sick of it. I really am. Now, common sense do apply. He's going to ask Congress to pass a bill establishing that only genders recognized by the United States government are male and female, and they are determined at birth. And also, too, Title IX prohibits men from participating in women's sports. Now, I'm going to talk about these two things right quick and move right along. Okay, it is common sense. We've been taught this since we were young children. If you're an 80s baby, or you're a baby boomer, or you are a Gen Xer, that when you were born, your parents told you right then and there while holding you that you are a little girl or whatever. And then when you get around your father, they confirm it as well. That's why I think it's so twisted that we got so many of these parents out here still making their children think, mm, it's crazy. That's all I can say. It's just straight crazy. All right, so we're gonna move right along. Now, he also said America must have the number one lowest cost energy and electricity on Earth. President Trump will once again unleash the American energy because he said on day one, President Trump will rescind every one of Joe Biden's industrial killing job, killing pro-China and anti-American uh, electricity regulations to keep pace with the world economy that depends on fossil fuels for more than 80% of its energy. President Trump will drill, baby, drill. So that's just it. That's all that is. I ain't got to go in no detail. He is going to drill. We're going to get natural oil, natural gases. We're going to be a sufficient nation again on a reserve. So that's all that was pertaining to. So let's see here. Now, he also talked about returning production of essential medicines back to America and ending Biden's pharmaceutical shortages. He's going to restore Executive Order 13944, dated January 6, 2020, on ensuring essential medicines, medical countermeasures, and critical inputs are made in the United States. Okay. Then the essential medicine EO sought to uh, ensure sufficient and reliable uh, long-term domestic production of essential medications, minimizing potential shortages by reproducing our independence on foreign domestic manufacturers. All right, so that was a little hard to read there. So I'm glad that we will go back to producing our own stuff, because I thought it was crazy that after that we would still got shortage of medicines, or you had to wait for this, that, and the third. Now it all makes sense. Now it all makes sense. But anyway, we talked about President Trump calls for death penalty for human traffickers. We talked about that. He's going with Congress with that. Recusing American auto industry from um, Joe Biden's disastrous job killing policies. That's about the electricity. He's helped us on the way of that. He talks about rebuilding America's depleted military. In the new Agenda 47 video, President Donald J. Trump announces his plan to rebuild America's depleted military, address the military recruitment crisis. He said the following. He said, I will ask and restore the proud culture of the honor of the United States of America Armed Forces. He said, on day one, President Trump will restore his successful American First foreign policy to bring peace and stability in Eastern Europe. In addition, I will ask Europe to reimburse us for the cost of rebuilding the stockpiles sent to Ukraine, when they should be doing now, what they should which they should be doing now. But Joe Biden is too weak and too disrespected to even ask. President Trump said. The fact is that we spent almost 200 billion in helping Ukraine, and Europe has spent just a tiny fraction of that amount. I hate to bust your bubble, uh, Trump, but we way over that. We're almost at 300 billion now. Wow, you can't make this up. Woo, you cannot make this up. So why is the military depleted? And I'm gonna tell you why. And it's not because of what's going on with Zelensky. That's a little bit, but not much of it. It's the way that people are surprised at all the evil that's lurking ahead of us. But hey, man, this is what it is. My boy, the MAGA general. I knew you was coming through, man. All right. Let's see what else we got going on here. All right. Let's go back and see what else we got. Let's see here. All right. There's a lot of them, but this is a good one. Day one executive order ending citizenship for children of illegals and outlawing birth tourism. So, if you don't know what birth tourism is, I'm finna break it down to you. It's like, can we date a country, right? You don't like the country you in right now, you want to leave. So, you decide to leave Mexico while you pregnant, don't know when you're gonna be able to walk again. You're not from the country, but you have the baby ah, on the flight. That's the same thing they're talking about right now. People having babies so they can, yeah, can't make this up. See what else they got that we probably talked about on my channel. Oh Lord. But anyway, let's see what else we got. All right, let's see what else we got. See what last but not least here. Okay. Education going back to the parents. He want us to protect Medicare and Social Security because right now our other constituents are not. President Trump will stop China from owning America. That's what it's starting to sound like. Yeah. I'm all right. But anyway, oh, my favorite. A total ban on taxpayers' dollars used to free illegal aliens and criminal penalties for administrative noncompliance. I think that is a great, great bill. I think that will stop a lot of nonsense. All right, let's see what else we got. I think that's it, guys. I really do. And I'm going to tell you now, I'm hyped about this. I was going to add some crime elements tonight, but I'm not because I'm kind of tired and I got to get up in the morning. But I am going to say my piece right quick and end it on this note right here. Give me one moment. Guys, Trump is our best solution to the problems we're facing in America right now. America is pretty much in danger. We have Denver pushing their citizens to house illegal immigrants. And to me, I feel like that's like basically making them an indentured servant. I mean, my apologies, but that's just how I feel. You got a lot of these rich folks not only taking the illegals in, but they taking other people in too that are cheap and do whatever they need them to do. I don't know, man. I just know that we got to ride with this change. And Trump has not let us down so far. And I feel like this time around, this a lot of people are gonna take more pride. But anyway, get in the comment section. Tell me what you think about Agenda 47. Some of the highlights you heard that you liked. Do you agree with the whole capital punishment with um, sex trafficking? Also with smuggling dangerous drugs with fentanyl as well too. Again, like, share, subscribe. Y'all know what it is. I'm out.